Absolutely devastated and completely lost. I'm not new to Reddit. This is a throwaway account for obvious reasons. I usually use Reddit to talk about grilling, smoking, BBQ, football, and electric guitars and amps. I'm a 51-year man with a 51-year wife who I've been married to for 33 years. We have 3 adult children, daughters 29 and 26 and a son 22. My wife and I have had a very normal, loving marriage for 33 years. Sure, we've had ups and downs over the years like any long-term relationship, but we don't go to bed mad and we're each other's best friends. I'm a hopeless romantic. She's less mushy about romance but loves when I make romantic gestures, and I do all the time. Love letters, texts, emails, surprise date nights to do something fun. Last one recently was a couples cooking class and we had a blast. Sex every week, usually Saturday and Sunday. Happy home. No complaints at all from either of us. Quick background on me. I had a single mom and do not know my biological father. My mother kept every detail of him a secret and took that secret to the grave with her. My wife and our children have always wondered about that. This year for my birthday, one of my children bought me a DNA test from Ancestry. They said we could maybe discover something about my biological father. Before I took it, all the kids decided they wanted to take one too, since their bloodline also comes from my unknown father. When we got our test results, they were bizarre to say the least. I'm sure some of you have guessed, but my oldest 2 children are not mine. We each got our results separately, but the kids had been talking among themselves before they shared with us, so they asked if we could do a family dinner at our house. And they all came over. Dinner was fine, but they wanted to talk to us about something. Then the bombshell. They said they compared results and that the oldest 2 children are not my kids. The youngest is. They asked if we had anything to tell them. I said of course not. There has to be a mistake. I looked over at my wife and knew in an instant there was no mistake. She had a look of terror on her face like I've never seen before. At once this calm, level-headed, wonderful woman I've been married to for 33 years screamed out some kind of gibberish, then ran for the bedroom and locked the door. We all tried to get her to come out, but to no avail. We're all freaking out at this point. She immediately texts our phones and asks that we all leave her alone for a couple hours to compose herself and then reconvene at the table and she'll join us. We did as she requested, but I'll tell you what. That 2 hours felt like a lifetime and my brain was on overload as to what the hell was going on. I still figured this had to be some kind of mistake. Of course the girls were mine. Whose else would they be? My wife and I weren't partiers or swingers. We're Disney Channel people, not Cinemax. She comes out at about the 2-hour mark and asks the kids if they could please go and that she needed to talk to me alone and that she'd be sure to let them know what's going on as soon as she can. They protested vehemently but respected her request and left, saying they'll be back if they don't hear something soon. I'm sitting there just blown away at this point, like this isn't real. Like I'm watching a movie, except that I'm in the movie. She then tells me something that has caused permanent change in me. I hope not permanent, but it feels permanent. She looks me straight in the eyes and says my name. I had an affair many years ago. It was with one of our neighbors and friends from the same social circle at the time. It went on for about 4 years until I wised up and realized what a wonderful husband I had and that I needed to grow up and stop acting stupid. Then she put her hands on my cheeks to pull me in and, still looking in my eyes, said, "You are my everything. I am your girl for life. I love you with all my heart. I did a very stupid and selfish thing many years ago. You did nothing wrong. You've been the best husband any woman could ever ask for, and I hope we try to put this in perspective and recognize what a wonderful life we've had together and that we don't want this stupid, hurtful mistake to ruin it." She then said she'd do whatever I wanted. Answer any question, leave if I asked, but kept assuring me that I'm her everything and that once she realized how stupid she was being, she's never even once thought about cheating on me for a second since it ended. The man she cheated with is no longer alive. They didn't love each other but had convinced themselves that this sexual outlet from their marriages made them better spouses. What devastates me is that my daughters are not my biological children. They are also devastated. They want to know details about this man since he's their real father, and that also kills me. They both assure me that I'm their father and they love me with all their hearts, but we all know I'm not their father. The other man was. It's also worth noting that until this DNA test, my wife also never knew for sure. What devastates me is that the woman I held in the highest regard as far as love, respect, esteem, etc. carried on an affair for years. The woman that has loved me and honored me for decades also betrayed me. What devastates me is the question: was my whole adult life to this point a lie? Was my entire marriage a lie? Is nothing real in this world? She has been an amazing wife and partner. I've had 0 complaints my entire marriage, even when she was cheating. What devastates me is this man died a few years ago of cancer and that I can't go talk to him man to man and possibly punch his lights out. What devastates me is that I was her first and only. I had only one previous teenage awkward quickie in the back seat of a car with a former girlfriend before my wife, but that was it for me. Now I find out she was having regular sex with this man for years. How can I get over that? This all happened pretty recently. Next month is our 33rd anniversary and I just don't know what to do. I asked her to leave and she has been staying with her sister and her husband. She is absolutely devastated. So am I. Everyone I've talked with about this says that I've had an amazing life with my wife. She's a great wife and mother. She made a horrible mistake when she was very young, and to not let this ruin us. I get that over and over, and logically I know that's all true, but my heart right now is not being logical. I was really happy with my life. I loved my wife and children with all my heart. Can I ever get back to that state, or has this revelation permanently altered the course of my life? I'm absolutely lost right now and honestly wish I was dead. I'm very seriously considering taking care of that. If I can't forgive her and forget this, then I'm going to kill myself. I have no interest in living a different life than what we've had. I'm not that fond of the world anyway, except for my family. Top 5 comments. 1. I'm usually somewhat of a smartass here, but your story broke my heart. You seem like a very nice man, so all I can offer is a plea to please not harm yourself. The world is full of too many assholes as it is. We need more nice people like you. I know this is a very dark time, but try to take it one day at a time and please stay with us. 2. I'm absolutely lost right now and honestly wish I was dead. I'm very seriously considering taking care of that. If I can't forgive her and forget this, then I'm going to kill myself. No. That's the trauma talking. Don't do that. Your kids need you right now. You need to find the strength to go on. Even without knowing what the future holds for you, all 3 of your children love you. Regardless of the genetic results, would they be any less your kids if they were adopted? No, they are your kids and this is your life. Your wife made some horrible decisions many years ago, and they no doubt have shaken loose the center of your life. But you can, and must, rebuild and find the strength to go on. Taking your own life would cause more harm to those kids. Tenfold the harm than anything your wife has done. If you need help, call the Suicide Prevention Hotline at ASAP 1-800-273-8255. And please get yourself into therapy with a licensed grief counselor. You need support right now. My heart breaks for you. 3. Your wife is one of the most vile and evil people I've ever heard about. She not only had a 4-year affair, she had unprotected sex with this man and carried 2 children to term for him, which she then lied to and pretended were yours. I guarantee you, if he had wanted her, she would have left you for him. The only reason she didn't was that he did not want her, and it was likely him who ended this relationship. All she does now is to protect herself. That she lied to you, to your children, put you at such risk. Unprotected sex and more tells you all you need to know. You also do not know whether this was her only affair. 4. OMG. Just don't do anything stupid for your children's sake. As far as your wife goes, you need to take your time. Having her around, answering her calls, TXTs, etc. won't help. Don't rush into anything. Don't listen to everyone saying you had an amazing life with your wife. They have no idea how you feel. 0. Speak to a therapist ASAP. He will help you navigate this nightmare one step at a time. Mistake equals is a way of minimizing the event. She chose for 4 years. Time away from her plus therapy plus have your children close. Other than that, I'm not sure what to say. Stay strong. 5. All good advice. I would add, be the man now. Your children are lost, as unmoored as you are. If you can tell them your love for them is unshakable and be the rock they need, you will give them an anchor to survive this themselves. Let them know that no test will change your feelings for them. No matter what, do not discuss with them what you intend to do about your marriage. It will put them in the middle, and your thoughts and feelings will probably change as time goes on. Don't let them doubt the future with you. Find lawyers now. 1. Discuss your options so you know what can be done. Ask him for the surest way to assess paternity and get the tests done again. Nothing this important should be taken at face value. Finally, your wife is in shock now too. That will wear off, and if she is smart, she will be talking to a lawyer also. Do not let your emotions paralyze you and leave your family unprotected. It stinks, but you are the man. 1. This is bad form, but talk to all the best lawyers first. That will make her fighting you if this goes south harder.